Hello, Sarah Sabin, Executive Leadership and Intuition Coach here. And in today's video, I am going to be talking about the Manosphere. Not to jump on a bandwagon here, but bear with me. Why am I talking about the Manosphere? I'm talking about the Manosphere because essentially it's a story about how people talk themselves into settling for less. And this actually directly applies in a work environment as well. So let me kind of summarize this or summarize the Manosphere for those of you that have not seen it or not heard it commented on. So it relates to a group of men who describe themselves as alpha masculine men. They work out all the time. They are obsessed with money and status, and they have, let's say, unhealthy relationships with emotions in that they suppress everything. And when they are challenged, they tend to become very defensive and aggressive, which means that they actually are being emotionally triggered. And they have very unhealthy relationships with women generally as well. So a common feature is they tend to make themselves feel more powerful and secure by putting women down. Now, why is this relevant to a work environment? I'm going to look at the women that are the partners, girlfriends, wives of these men. So these women essentially convince themselves that what they are putting up with is completely fine. So they normalize this disrespectful treatment. So what do I mean by that is, number one, a lot of these men impose one-sided monogamy. So the woman is monogamous, the man is not monogamous, but apparently is open to threesomes with women, which is a whole other thing. But anyway, you take the point. The man is the breadwinner, the woman cooks, cleans, and all of that, because that's quote unquote women's work. And basically, a lot of these men go on social media and openly make disrespectful and derogatory comments to women and sometimes about the partners themselves. Now, if you were to hear these women talk, they're saying, well, you know, he looks after me, he's protecting me, I get to be in my feminine, I love him, etc., etc. What they're really saying is, I'm okay with settling for less. And why do we settle for less? Because we don't believe that we're worth more. So I'm paraphrasing here, I don't believe as a wife or partner that I deserve a partner who is faithful to me, who is intimate with me, who can hold my emotions and all my different expressions of myself as a woman, because women have a lot more expressions than I cook, clean, and have sex with my man whenever he feels like it. So they have normalized the fact that they're settling for less. And in fact, actually, one of the women did leave her partner after the Manosphere came out. So hooray, she decided she was worth more. This shows up in a work environment as well, where basically you are settling for less in some way because you have begun to normalize your situation. Different ways that this can show up. It's normal that I'm not happy at work. It's normal that I'm not well treated at work. It's normal that people don't listen to me. It's normal in this economy that X, Y, and Z happens. It's normal that I haven't been promoted in 3-4 years because, it's market conditions, it's this, it's that, it's the other. So it's the complete giving away of power to external circumstances by deciding that that is the norm. Now, some of you might listen to this video and be super triggered and be like, Sarah, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. In which case, fine. For those of you that see the truth in it, let's take this a step further. Every up level starts with a decision. And the decision is, I'm not going to settle for less. I'm going to decide what I want, and I am not going to settle until I get what I want. And I'm going to get whatever support and resources I need in order to be able to get what I want. But I am committed to this. I'm committed to myself, and I'm ready to stop making excuses for why things are the way they are. And one of the things I say is I'm committed to helping execs find the status, impact, and fulfillment that they want, because all are important. I'm not interested in people being in jobs that don't fulfill them, that don't align with their zone of genius. But quite often people are in that situation because they allow themselves to be pigeonholed rather than holding out for what they want. And I'm not going to lie, it does take time sometimes. How much time? Usually 6 months is a good benchmark to make a major transformation. But here's the rub. Even when people say they are committed to getting what they want, they very often aren't. Because it involves rewiring whole ways of acting, behaving, habitual thought patterns, so that you can actually do the things that you need to do. So if you are ready to stop settling, stop making excuses, and you want the exact internal and external strategy tailored for you to get you what you want at work, you know where I am. Please do reach out to me.